So in this video we're going to try and use Microsoft Publisher to create some layouts, and we're going to focus on creating what's called a trifold leaflet. So I've been on Google Images and I've just searched for trifold leaflet there. You'll be familiar with this kind of leaflet. It's the one that kind of folds in on itself. There's two different ways that these fold actually. There's one that's called a roll fold leaflet, so it folds up like a U shape, almost folds in on itself. And there's another one like this one down here that's called a Z fold or a concertina leaflet as well. So you've been familiar with both of them, I guess. So this is quite a nice way of getting some design ideas as well. Be very careful if you do this that you don't like copy things directly, but if you want to take some design ideas off what people have done, then I'm sure you'll be fine doing that. So let's swap to Publisher, and I've created a blank sort of document, a blank template for Publisher, and I'm going to attempt to create a layout for a roll fold leaflet on this side and a Z fold or a concertina leaflet like I've drawn on this side. So just some layouts there with different colours just to represent the different parts of the leaflet. Now I've got to create a template here, create a layout here that replicates these three panels. And the way to do this is from the Publisher menus at the top, just choose Page Design, Margins, and then just go for Custom Margins down at the bottom. Most printers these days will print fairly close to the edge, so I'm going to drop the margins left and right, top and bottom margins down to a fairly small 0.5 centimeters. Press the tab key, 0.5, press the tab key, 0.5 for the top margin, press the tab key, and 0.5 for the bottom margin, and press the tab key again. And then before I click OK, I'm just going to go onto the Grid Guides tab at the top, increase the number of columns to 3. And then I'm also going to change the spacing between the columns to be twice the margin. So I'm going to make that 1 centimeter, and you'll see why when I create the document. I'm going to add, tick this little box here to add a center guide between the columns so I know where the folds are going to be, and then click the OK button. Hopefully you'll see that kind of lays out, it lays out quite like the leaflet itself. What I need to do now is to try and identify the different areas. We'll go with a roll fold leaflet first, and we'll try and identify the areas in here. I'm going to mark the areas off by inserting some shapes. So I'm going to go with a rectangle shape in the center, and I'm going to just drag a rectangle shape out in the middle of the document there. Hopefully that will be in the right place. This is this kind of light orangey brown colour, so I'm just going to change the shape fill to the orangey brown colour and then remove the outline so it looks a little bit like that panel just there. Now this is the sort of inside middle part of it. So just to label that up, I'm going to just insert a text box, and I'll put the text box in at the top like this. I think that's probably worked okay. Center the text in there, just increase the font size to about 24. Now this is the inside center panel, so let's just put caps lock on and then inside center panel. Okay, so then this is a roll fold leaflet, so we'll just put roll fold there so we know which one we're working on at the moment. So that's that one. We're going to do the sort of right hand inside panel now. So if I click this little shape I've put in, then hold the shift key down and click the text box as well, then I can select both of them at once. Hold the shift and control keys down, click those shapes, the combined shapes, and then drag that over to the right hand side. I should hopefully be able to make a copy of it, and then all I need to do, click off it, click back in onto the shape and change that fill to the grey one. Now that is the inside here, so this is inside right, and then I'll do the same thing, click to select the box, shift key, click to select the text box, control and shift, click the pair of items, drag them across, the pair of objects, drag them across, drop them over on the right hand side there, click off it, click back into the shape itself, and this is this inside blue panel here. So we'll go with the shape fill and go with the inside blue panel. This is the inside left of the roll fold. So the inside part of it's quite straightforward to do. Let's have a look at the outside here. So I'm just going to right click and then duplicate the page. This should create a duplicate of it. You'll notice that when I switch between the pages, all the objects in the outside, so the desktop area of the page, stay where they are, which is quite useful as well if we're trying to refer to guidance or pictures or text or hints or whatever, and design ideas that we're working on at the time. Now let's have a look at the outside. This central portion is actually the back, so I just need to change that to back. and then I'll change the colour to match the colour of the back there. So that's this central back piece. Now on the left hand side of the back is the grey one. At the moment we've got the blue one on this side, and that kind of makes sense because this is just this flipped over, so the grey one should be on the left hand side now. So I'm just going to, well, what I could do is swap them round, but instead I'm just going to recolour them. So if I just click in there, change this one, this is actually this grey colour here, and I'll change that one to the blue colour, which is this one. And let's try and figure out which one goes where. I think that the grey one folds in, to be honest. So I think that this one is the inside front. And the blue one itself, the dark blue one, is the one that folds over last. So that's the front panel. So this is the actual front panel there. Okay, let me just double check that I've got that right. So that's the back, that one folds in first, so this is inside, and it's the front panel that is facing the front of the leaflet, and that's the actual front itself. So that's a template for a roll fold leaflet. Okay, so we've got those two. Now what I'll do is I'll just duplicate these two. I wouldn't normally do this, to be honest, because you know, if you were creating a leaflet you'd either do a roll fold or a Z fold concertina leaflet, but I'm going to do both templates on one document so you can kind of see how they compare. But please feel free, to just choose one of them. You don't need to choose both of these. To create duplicates of two pages, if I click the first page and then I hold the shift key down and click the second one, I select both of them. Right click either of those pages, insert duplicate pages, and that'll create a copy of both pages there. This one now I'm going to use is the Z fold leaflet. So let me just change this to Z fold, and this one to Z fold. I'm just double clicking the word to select it all at once. Z fold, Z fold, and Z fold. Now I've got to get my terminology right here. I'm going to call, I think that and to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter which way around you do this. I'm going to put the blue one is the back panel. So the blue one folds in there. This is the inside panel. The grey one is the front. So the dark grey part of this is actually the front of the leaflet. That's the front inside. This is the inside, and this is the back. So I've got to get my terminology right here. I'll start with the inside part first of all. This is the inside front, which is on my Z fold leaflet, which is this light grey panel here. This one, the dark brown, sorry, grey, the light brown panel. This dark brown panel here is the inside back. Okay, so that's the inside part of the leaflet, and it's the back of it, which is that section there. Remember, the dark grey one's folding over, and that's actually the front. So the dark grey one is the front. That's the front inside, I'm going to call it, this one here. So I'm going to go back to there, and I'm going to call this the front. So it's the front panel, and it's the inside of the front panel, which is that one. So that's that one there. While we're here, we might as well do this light grey one. The light grey one is actually the back of the leaflet. So I'm going to put back there. So that's actually the back of the leaflet, and this is the back inside. So let's go back to there, and we'll change that one to the back inside. I think when you're doing these sorts of templates, it's really helpful to have either a picture that you've drawn, or you could literally go on to Google Images and find a Z fold leaflet like this and just use it to help you to just work out where the different panels are. But essentially, I think I've got those right, haven't I? So let's just go back to there. That's the inside front. That's the front panel inside. That's the back, because that folds around there. That seems okay. This one is the inside panel of the back of it. This is the back panel inside. That's that one, and that's the front. I think I probably might make this template available for you to use as well. So I'll either put it in the video description, or I'll put it on my website just to double check that if you were struggling. But you could always pause the video and do it yourself, I suppose. So I think I'm probably about okay there. So just a bit layouts. Gosh, right, okay. We've got trifold leaflet layouts there, two of them. Well, good luck with that one.